Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bienvenido. I'm Viata, your host, and oh boy, I'm so excited. Today is December 6th, 2024. And I'm excited because of the numbers. The numbers have so been speaking to me. And we're going to talk about numbers and so much more. Your pancreas might be speaking to you. So please listen to your pancreas. We're going to talk about that organ today, that gland. It's a gland. And there is a new documentary we want to review because one of my favorite people is in this documentary. And so we've got that and more. But Blog Talk is up and running today. So we want to greet our global family, Female Solution Global Family. And let's do that right now. Here we go.
Blog Talk Radio. Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Join us live on the on-air radio network. Call 727-731-5192. We want to talk to you.
Yes. And we want you to talk to us. And that's what Blog Talk Radio has allowed us to do for the past 11 years for me. And it's allowed you to call in and talk to us about the topic that we're posting today, which happens to be a new documentary we're talking about. The cure is within us, or the cure is an inside job. Wow. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's a truth that I'm very familiar with. But the people who are in this documentary, I want to share that with you so you can decide if you want to join that documentary. There is a cost involved, but we're going to review it for you and let you decide if this is knowledge you need, because the number one way to prevent Alzheimer's or dementia, in my opinion, is to keep the knowledge flowing. Learn new things every day. That's my goal every day. That's why I'm on YouTube every day, because there's always something new on YouTube. Believe me, if you haven't been on YouTube, just go to youtube.com and search for whatever you want to learn, and it's there in the hundreds, okay? And this documentary is just one more opportunity to prevent dementia and Alzheimer's if you don't know what the cure within means. So I'm so glad to be here because this is my love. I'm sharing my love. We share our love on the Female Solution. And yesterday, I had the opportunity to share my love with a man I've known for 20 years named Jonathan Blount. Jonathan was one of the co-founders of Essence Magazine. And I met him here in Orlando 20 years ago. And we have been back and forth with meetings and friendship and meetings and friendship. And yesterday was his birthday, 79 years. And I had the opportunity to socialize with his friends and also to be filmed in as part of a documentary they're doing on Jonathan's life, which is an amazing story. And I was just grateful to find out a synchronicity of sorts. Jonathan was born on December 5th, 79 years ago. My father, my earth father, Sherman Howard, transitioned on December 5th, 2019, 5 years ago. What about that? All those fives swirling around yesterday. 5th of December, Jonathan was born on. My dad left 5th of December 2019. Nothing but gratitude for the synchronicities that keep showing up in my life that make me go, wow, what's that all about? So what that told me was that Jonathan has played a major role in educating me about acceptance and gratitude and respect for people like him who did a major work in educating people, and especially blacks all over the world, with this Essence magazine. I don't know about you, but Essence was formidable. I don't know what the word was, just very, very important in my life growing up. And I'm sure lots of men and women were improved by having Essence magazine in their life. So just wanted to share that little piece of joy that I had last night with, it was about 4 hours actually of socializing in this amazing African store in Orlando that just has rooms and rooms and rooms filled with African art, I saw a chessboard I got to get, but it's $300. Oh my goodness. And it has little African figures as the chess pieces. And I was just, oh, my grandson would have I would have a ball with that. Anyway, that was my evening last night. Number 5 swirling around all over the place. So today, here we are, breathing in, 12, 6, 24, which is an 8, which is new beginnings. And number 8, my sister, Mama AZ, reminded me, number 8 is my birth date. March 12th, 1955 is an 8. And she said, oh, I didn't know that was an 8. That's an anal energy. Well, I learned what anal means when I was promoted in my job at the health food store. I was working at a health food store for about 3 years. And my supervisor said that I should be promoted to manage another store in another location because I was somewhat anal. I'm like, anal, what does that mean? That doesn't sound too good. But what it translates to mean is very detail oriented. So if you haven't seen that in me, I'm just announcing it today because I was reminded of it by my friend Mama Z yesterday, that number 8 is about being anal or being very detail oriented. And I'm grateful to say that's what got me a promotion, is my natural born energy of being detail oriented, paying attention to details. And that might annoy some people, but whatever, got me a promotion. So I just thought I'd share that bit of information so you might better understand this human vessel that puts out all this energy and information. So I know why you're here this early in the morning. If you want to do some joint rolling. So let's Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in together. The breath is so, so important to reduce stress in your life. And that's, we're going to talk, when we talk about the pancreas and the disease that keeps rising or has not been reduced in the pancreas, part of it is about breathing to prevent it. Breathing, deep breaths in every challenging situation you find yourself in. This is a lesson I'm teaching my granddaughter because she's 10 years old. She does not like challenges. We work a puzzle. I don't want to work a puzzle. She's challenged. My grandson is, yeah, let's get the puzzle going. And she's riding a bike on a bike trail. I don't want to ride a bike. It's too hard. She has this proclivity, whatever, to not liking challenges. So I'm having to teach her. I'm having to help her along when she's willing. 10-year-olds, they aren't always willing for new wisdom. But any challenge, whether you have a child's heart and you don't like challenges, breathe. Breathe in through the nose, hold it in, and let go. And see how that changes your attitude about challenges. Because this joint rolling might be challenging for you, but that's why I recommend every morning before you even get out of bed, just be challenged while you're in your restful position to start rolling joints. Why do we roll joints? Why? If you're new here, let me remind you four major reasons why we roll joints. Number one, it improves your circulation. When you get a sluggish circulation, it's like having a river just sitting there moving, collecting fungus, bacteria, the wrong bacteria, the different bacteria. And as long as your circulation is moving, you're going to prevent swollen legs, swollen arms, and all that. So rolling these joints every morning helps improve your circulation. Number two, your immune system is boosted. All those red blood cells, white blood cells are coming alive and saying, oh, we're going to help her today. We're going to help her today. And your microbiome as well is part of your immune system. So as you're rolling these joints, think about all the microbiome waking up and fighting the good fight within you, like we're going to talk about. Number three, your lymphatic system. I saw a picture this morning, actually, an advertisement talking about lymphatic therapy. And one picture, the leg was really swollen. The guy's leg was huge, 3 times the size of his other leg. And they were talking about the benefits of lymphatic therapy. Well, lymphatic drainage happens all over. You've got glands here, you've got glands there. When you're rolling these joints, guess what? You're activating your lymphatic drainage system. And then number four, your muscles are strengthened. We roll around this head, for instance, rolling around this head, these muscles are being used more than usual, more than your everyday just bopping along, blah, 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 blah. When you're rolling intentionally, this neck around, these muscles are saying, yay, let's strengthen. Anytime you're moving your muscles, they're going to get stronger. That's what I do. I do a workout with my arms. And part of the workout, it's like a 15-minute workout. And this woman promotes the idea that you're going to build muscle just by doing these workouts. And this, and then this. It's a whole bunch of arm movements for like a minute and a half. My muscles are stronger because I'm moving my arms, just my arms. I do this, just the arms, and all these muscles, my shoulders, everything is stronger. And you know how I can tell? I can now do a few push-ups. I couldn't do push-ups before at all. I would just collapse at this is too hard. But just moving these muscles has allowed me to do a few push-ups, not a bunch. I can't do Robert F. Kennedy type. He can do, and Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he did 100 push-ups at one time. Not me. But that's because men usually, and women, they're lifting weights all the time. So anyway, that's why we do our joint rolling, because especially as a senior citizen, Dr. Sunil Dahan reminds us as seniors, Our muscles are going to get weaker if we don't exercise them and move them. It's just a matter of moving them. You don't have to have weights to strengthen your muscles. Just keep moving them. So, I know you're ready to go, probably. Thank you for being here and listening. And I want to hear from you today. So that's why Blog Talk is ready and running. 515-605-9325. The number is scrolling across your screen. And please connect with me, us. I say us because this is a we collective here in this body. And let us know how you're doing. I really want to know how you're doing because we're going to talk about how the pancreas energy around you affects that pancreas as much as everything else around you. So let me find some music to play and we're going to get busy with Time for Healing. This is a timeless song by the Sounds of Blackness. And we start with rolling our head around, get our shoulders loosened up, get our arms swimming in the sea of energy. Then we get on our back and we kick up our legs, roll the ankles and the wrist and the knees and the hips. And then I have to bring in the butt lift because too many women are looking at Brazilian butt lifts. They call them BBLs to lift the gluteus maximus, to look better, have better sex. I don't know what all the reasons are, but people want bigger butts for some reason, women and some men, I guess. But I'm going to show you how to get one for free. But you do have to do the work. It's a job. It's a process. So you got to do the work. Like most things in life, it doesn't come easy because a BBL has great risk if you don't have the right plastic surgeon. That's what they are. People who get a BBL are utilizing the services of a plastic surgeon, and many have lost their lives. They are gone out of here, and we're left to figure out what happened. So let's get smarter with some butt lifts with Viata. Call that the new name, butt lifts with Viata. Here we go. But let's start off with some mild joint rolling. Time for healing. All right, let's go chin to chest and roll around this big head and strengthen them up. And in this part of our body, I'm learning about the galactic activation portals that we have. And our neck is a resonant, what they call a resonant tone. Let's reverse that. Resonant tone here in the neck, resonant tone. And it's actually activating communication with the cosmos. How about that? When we're rolling around this neck, resonant tone. Now the shoulders, rhythmic galactic tone. Rhythmic, just imagine you're in this rhythm, breathing in, rhythmic galactic tone. Woohoo! Feeling it in the back, in the spine, because your spine, think of this, your spinal cord runs from the base of your neck, your head, your brain, all the way down, and let's reverse that, all the way down to your back, your butt, and that's a portal of sorts. Your spinal cord is a portal of sorts, sending messages. It's a huge pathway for messages to come in and out from the cosmos. So into the head, down the spine, and we are activating these portals right now by moving the muscle. So that's like a fifth reason to do joint rolling, activating portals. How about that? Rhythmic galactic here in the shoulder. And let's just do some swimming in the sea of energy. Ooh, feels so good. Ooh, the back is like happy, happy, happy. Take your time. Please take your time. If you feel any pain, just pause, and breathe deeper when you feel pain. That's with any type of pain, actually. Okay? So we're now ready. Hope you're ready to get on our backs and kick the legs up and start with the, let's see, ankles, which are magnetic, cosmic, rolling around the ankles, and the wrist, which is self-existing, planetary. Woohoo! Tones reaching a activation portal. We're activating the portals in our body. Ankles, and let's reverse that. Got to be balanced. Both directions. Those portals are moving in both directions. So keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. All right. Now let's rub our hands. Let's bring in a little fresh energy to the knees. Massage the knees. Help them out because some people have weaker knees. And let's move the knees, which are a crystal lunar portal here in the knees. Can't you see them? Don't you see the crystal lunar portal just swimming out there? And let's reverse that. Now remember, you're doing this in the morning in the bed. So you take your time and do it as long as you need to. Those knees probably need a little extra work as we get older, because our muscles need strengthening to carry us. And we move at a slower pace, but we're still moving, right? All right, let's get on our side. Let me turn my camera. We're on our side now. We want to get the hips, which are a spectral electric. This is a spectral electric portal moving here. Woohoo! Love is the cure. Yes. And let's reverse that. We got to have healing deep down inside. Woohoo! And all of this, your reproductive area is also getting a lot of energy when you do this movement. All right, let's flip over to the other side. Got to be balanced, and let's roll around the leg and get the other hip activated. This is your spectral electric portal at tone. This is a tone. We're toning up the spectral and electric part of our cosmic being. This is a cosmic machine here. Rolling it around in both directions. Activating, activating, activating. Woohoo! Now, as usual, if you have trouble rolling your joints around, this is what you do. You're in bed, you don't want to roll, you just start bending and flexing. Bending and straightening, bending and straightening. Same thing with your, just lift those knees, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Just wake up, open those eyes, give thanks for a new day, and just start bending and straightening if you don't want to roll. And then same thing with the knees, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. This is also bringing energy here for your circulation and activating all these portals. Straightening, bending, straightening, bending. And the legs, you're still in bed now if you want, and just lift the legs slowly. Just take your time. If you don't have to go to work, especially, or even if you do have to go to work, I recommend you get up, you wake up a little earlier to start your joint rolling so that you'll be ready at the job to be energized and not stiff and hurting. Because if you have to sit all day, you especially want to do these exercises before you go into the office. So your circulation will be already moving. Everything's moving. And you go in and you're ready. Your blood's flowing to your brain. You can use your brain. Have some mushroom coffee. Oh, that's so wonderful every day for me. I have my mushroom coffee now. Gives me a little boost as I'm sewing, because I'm doing a lot more sewing lately. All right. So now, what about these butt lifts? Let's turn over and give the butt, the gluteus maximus, some attention, because that's what women and men are doing these days. I don't really understand it all, but It's for beauty's sake. It's all for beauty's sake. To lift the butt muscle. So you can go to this position here and stretch out the leg and lift. That's going to lift the muscles here. And you hold it for only a couple of seconds and you keep lifting. I would say do 10 or more, depending on how desperate you are or how much you want to work you do it until you get a burn. 10 of those on each side, 10 of those on the, and then rest, and then 3 more times do the same thing. I would say start out with 10 on each side, work your way up to 30. I do 30 now. I do 30 to Marvin Gaye's music. Marvin Gaye keeps me moving all day. But I put on Marvin Gaye's music to do these butt lifts here. And my butt is not flat anymore. It's not huge, but it's not flat. Now, an alternative to this, you can go to a stand-up position. Oops, let me change. You do against the wall, and you lift, hold, lift, hold, lift, hold. You could do this if you're standing in line somewhere where no one's behind you, and the same 5 or 10 on each leg, and it will do tremendous things for those gluteus maximus back there. And you'll feel better too. You'll feel better, especially if you got to sit for a long time. You want to feel better. So now let's just end this session with some vagus nerve stimulation. Vagus nerve, again, is the pathway from the brain stem down the spine, and it branches out all over the body. It's one of the largest nerves in the body that communicates. They're mainly a communicator. And that's what we're going to talk about today, about the pancreas. Are you listening to your pancreas? Because it is communicating with you all the time. You may not hear it. Let's place those hands back here. Breathe in, release. Breathe in, exhale. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Woo, I can feel it all the way to my toes. That's how powerful that nerve is. Squeeze and release. Getting all these muscles warmed up. Breathing in, breathing in. Let's just tap down the arm, because the skin loves to be touched. And we know that, don't we? Get that lymphatic gland activated here. This is important. You should have a pit, not a poof under here. If you've got a poof, that means your lymphatic glands might be swollen. So take a look at that. And just keep tapping, tap, 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 loving on yourself. Thymus gland is right here. If you're in up north, you guys are getting a lot of snow and cold weather already. We are still getting like fallish weather, but it's beautiful in Florida right now. Just beautiful. No, that heat is gone and we get cooler air. Tap around the breast, especially give your breasts some love. Touch, touch, touch. Squeeze, squeeze gently. Tell the breasts how much you love them, love them. And then don't forget microbiome down here. Tap, 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 tap. You want to always remember and give attention and love to this army. This is your army down here. And then, of course, your adrenal glands, your kidneys back here. Love. I would at times just rub your hands together and place them back here on your kidneys and say, thank you, kidneys. Thank you, adrenal glands. I love you. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful for all that you do, all that you do. And we are done. Yes, yes. Give yourselves a hand. You've done a full love fly work. First love yourself, whether you're in bed or not. It's a first love movement. So let's take a commercial break. And when we come back, I did not do my tiny house intro. So let me welcome all my YouTubers out there watching on Viata's Tiny House Village. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. We're going to be giving you more and more content as Blog Talk is fading away And we're finding new ways to communicate to you all this knowledge and wisdom I have. It's just got to come out. It's got to come out because I'm working every day to improve, and it's got to come out. It's got to come out. So let's take a break. And when we come back, I'll be in my studio and we can review a documentary. I want to review this documentary with you so you can decide if you want to increase your knowledge with the people who are participating. So we'll be right back. And we are back in the studio now, and with my father, earthly father, Sherman Howard. That's a cover. For those of you who might be new, that's the cover of his book that I wrote with him. That was a 6-year project. And I'm working on republishing my first book, which was My Body is Talking to Me. But now a new title came up, totally spirit influenced, new title, From Fear to Faith in the Master Design, Moving Toward Enlightenment. That's the new title. And I just had a great cover sent to me that they've been working on for a couple of days now. And I've got some really great sacred geometry on the cover from Van Dorn Henant, my friend. So I'm excited about this new project. And this book will be forever in my heart as my first big project. So welcome everybody to Beata's Tiny House Village and Facebook and Blog Talk Radio. We're on 3 platforms that you can share with your friends to help them increase their knowledge. So there is a new documentary that was announced by one of my favorite people, Dr. Daryl Wolf. He is amazing. He's an acupuncture physician, holistic teacher, everything. He's the Doc of Detox. That's his website. It's called the Doc of Detox. This man has done an amazing job of transferring from Canada, where it was so oppressive for him to do his work that he does, to Ixtapa, Mexico. And I think he's working in Florida, and he's working a lot of places. Anyway, he's in this documentary, and that's why I want to review it with you for your consideration, whether you think you need this knowledge to increase and improve your health. I think you're probably getting a lot of this information from moi, but I want to just review it for you to consider whether this is something you think you want to be a part of, you want to do. So I'm going to just go over the website with you and show you the people who are involved in this documentary. It's a documentary, and how you can get involved and participate. Okay. So this is The Cure, an Inside Job World Online Premiere. In 11 hours, they're going to be premiering it December 6th, today at 7 o'clock. So if you're interested, you can go to The Cure, an Inside Job. And it's the most highly anticipated health and wellness film of the year. So you be the judge. But here's just a little review, and you can go to the website and get your ticket there. So it starts out with Unlock the healer within, a journey towards holistic health. Are you ready to transform your health naturally, of course? I want to just get to imagine, it's a beautiful website, why this film matters to you. They've got a 3-minute video. Let's just play a little bit of that video for you.
The most important thing that a person needs to know in order to transform their health is how their body actually functions.
One of the things that are missing from our current healthcare system is treating the root cause and not just the symptoms.
How does it feel to tell your body to shut up every time you have inflammation, every time you have swelling?
Now, this is Dr. Wolf speaking. He's the man I follow on Facebook. Anytime he posts a video, I'm on there watching. He is so smart, so brilliant, so motivating. And he doesn't punch he doesn't play around. He is strong in his message. So he's part of this documentary.
Stiffness or redness.
About 90% of what you need to do to be healthy depends on your behavioral choices.
Tell your wife to shut up. You do that enough times, you're going to get divorced. You tell your body to do it, you get a disease, and there is no disease. It's just a symptom of you having a bad relationship with your beautiful body.
Because they're taught through the media to look for signs and symptoms of disease and dysfunction in the body. And that's not the first place to start.
The body is actually designed to heal itself. What you need is just the right conditions and the right tools. What we're experiencing right now in our healthcare is it's disease care. It's not healthcare. Healthcare is when you're actually treating someone's health. What we're doing, we're treating disease. We're waiting for somebody to be sick before we address it. So that's disease care, in my opinion. Sick care, not healthcare.
Doctors are very, very busy, and because of our insurance-based care system, they're given just a few minutes of time to make a huge decision for someone.
One morning I got up and I felt this light. Literally, this light came out of my chest, and I knew I was healed.
We need to look at what we eat and drink every day, and we want to make sure that we put in our body things that support what we need as far as nutrition, not just empty calories.
We are producing food on such an industrial way that we using all kinds of chemicals and other practices that basically kill the health of the soil.
It really pegged every single one of my clients, and everyone that followed it, at least 80% lost weight, and their anxiety decreased, they slept better, their digestive problems went away.
You need to really look at, okay, why am I here? What's my purpose? What's going on? Am I really truly happy in my work and my relationships? Or am I just putting up with it until I die?
The answers are this far away. It's not that hard to support your body and be healthy. It's not expensive as it's made out to be. It's not impossible to do. It's actually quite simple.
If I could give you the meaning of what holistic health is in one sentence, holistic health is a natural way to start healing in the body that will provide you with optimal health.
Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. The greatest wealth is health.
Wow. Okay, so that's
The most important thing that a person needs to know in order to
wow, that's a beautiful introduction why this film matters to you. And they give, are you disconnected from your body? The solution, learn how to tap into your body's innate healing power. What you'll get from this film, you're going to get a diverse group of people sharing their knowledge and wisdom on how to be well and come out of the sick care system. So here is the cast of people who are going to be in this documentary. Dr. Crystal, and I don't know hardly any of the, Dr. Crystal Blanchard, a naturopathic doctor, Dr. Stacy Cooper, a chiropractor, Dr. Daryl Wolf, he's my man. This man is so inspiring and so educational, educating, and he's just all of it. He's on Facebook, so I get him every day. He does a video practically every day. He's the founder of Braveheart Nation. Then you have Kim Nartker, CEO, Stretch Mobility Coach. Margaret Stock, speech language pathologist. Matthew Mihais, regenerative farming and gardening. Ooh, I better tune in for that alone. Gardening expert there. Holly Roylance, functional health practitioner. Michelle Whitaker, Reiki master and intuitive channel. You've got Dr. Frances Iluzu. She's an MD, MPH, family medicine and holistic functional health practitioner. You got Grace So, quantum frequency healer. You've got, they went to, so you can buy your tickets there. As I said, lots of Grace So, we're back. And then Krista Bigler, she's a quantum living advocate. And finally, Manny Baines, award-winning film director. Whoa, sounds like a good school to be in today at 7 o'clock. I don't know how long it lasts. Starts at 7. And you can go to, I don't see the website really, but The Cure and Inside Job. Just type in The Cure and Inside Job, and you can buy your ticket there. I'm saying, how much? Let me just find out. Get your ticket now. Let's see how much are the Cure. Let's see, the premiere is $19. A VIP experience. You can find out all about what that means. And then the VIP Plus package. So I think with your VIP, you get the video, you get a recording of it. You can keep it. It's a permanent record. The Premiere Pass, you get to watch it, but you don't get the recording of it. So it sounds like a very important school and education for those of you who want to increase your knowledge about holistic health. Otherwise, just keep coming here every Friday, and I share an hour or more of my 35 years plus experience. Now, all of those people are sharing things I already know, but some of them are sharing things I've never heard of. So I might spend $19 to just tune in and see what I didn't learn, what I need to know. Because again, at my age, every day, new knowledge keeps Alzheimer's away. That's a rhyme there. Every day, new knowledge, new education keeps Alzheimer's away. Keep that in mind. Even if you're 40 in your 30s or 40s, you want to always keep growing and learning. So I highly recommend, if you've got the money, to go invest and learn more, or just spend time on YouTube. That's the alternative. You find out just go to the website, find out who's teaching what, and then go to YouTube and type in whatever title those people hold and see what you can learn on your own. That's a free way to do it. I always like to offer the budget plan versus, if you've got the money, spend it on your education about your body, okay? So we're here in Blog Talk Radio. If you have any questions, press 1. And if you are on YouTube, post your comments here. We're only here for about an hour today, so we've got another 15 minutes. So let's talk about the pancreas. Why is it, I was watching a video, why is it the pancreas cancer is one of the few cancers that's not going down? It's actually either staying the same or rising. I'm like, what is going on with the pancreas? Well, I want to recommend a couple of books that I don't talk about very often. But first of all, this book I read many years ago called Molecules of Emotion, What You Feel, Why You Feel the Way You Feel. This book is very scientific about how your emotions are molecules, that what you feel is actually energy moving through your body. It's by Candace B. Pert, PhD. So if you thought that emotions really didn't matter and what you feel doesn't matter when it comes to determining why you have a disease, this is the book that will help you understand why your emotions are actually scientific and they're molecules. Another book that I don't talk about is Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. I have read this book so much that it's in me for sure, by Carol Truman. And it will take you to whatever disease that you need to learn about. Let me see if she has an index. She doesn't have an index, but it really breaks down the emotional part. Let's see, pancreas. Let's see if she has pancreas in here. Pancreas, here's a list, for instance, of the feelings that you buried that are coming alive in your pancreas, okay? Feelings of judgment, feelings of guilt, low self-esteem. Oh my goodness. Suppressing laughter, incorrect use of the ego. Feels the joy of living is gone, not allowing joy. All of those emotions are contributing to a weaker pancreas. And then another book that I just love, Your Body Speaks Your Mind by Deb Shapiro. This has been like a Bible to me. It's so worn in so many places. It has a DVD in the back. But what does she have to say about the pancreas? She says problems with the pancreas represent an inability to digest incoming information. Are you feeling unable to deal with the situation confronting you? Does it appear indigestible or overwhelming? What needs to change for you to be able to digest your feelings? Are you resisting being nourished? Wow, that's big. So pancreatic cancer is not just a gland in your body that digests food, but it's also digesting information that's coming in through here, your brain, and then the emotions you have around that information are going to either strengthen your pancreas or weaken it. And if you don't process it and get it out, then it's going to develop into a dis-ease. So Louise Hay, of course, always has something to say. And again, these are the books I've read for many years, over and over again. And then I use them every time a new disease shows up in my life in a person. And I share it with that person and they go, oh, yeah, that might be me. So let's work on that. Let's tap it out. Let's tap it out. So Louise Hay says, pancreas represents the sweetness of life. Is your life sweet or is it sour? I have to say that after the election, several cases of UTI came up, urinary tract infections came up. And I realized that people were pissed off about the information that was coming into them that a new person was going to be in the White House. They didn't like, pissed off. So life was not sweet for a lot of people who voted for one person and that person didn't win. So your pancreas is going to talk to you if you don't get rid of that sour experience that you've had since the November 5th. It's been a month already. Wow, that was fast. November 6th, 5th. So represents the sweetness of life. It's time for all of us to develop sweetness about everything, especially the new president. Got to develop sweetness. And I recommend you just pray for him. Pray for all the people that are going to be occupying the White House, who are going to be in Congress, who are going to be in Senate. Just send out love, energy, love, love, love. All we need is love. That's right. Send it out. And then do your part. Mind your own business. That's a saying that cannot be expressed enough to people who keep meddling in other people's business and not their own. So Louise Hay says pancreatitis, which is the beginning of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatitis is rejection, feeling rejected, anger and frustration, because life seems to have lost its sweetness. What is going on with the sweetness thing? And then what do we do sometimes? We get to sugar, donuts, no sweetness in my life. I don't feel good about this person, that person. I'm going to have some donuts. I'm going to have some cake. They had this chocolate cake last night at this event. I looked at it and said, I got to try it. So I took a piece that was about that big, and it wasn't even that good. Chocolate. I eat chocolate all the time, the good chocolate. So I ate it, felt great about it. It had some Pois d'Arco tea. I use Pois d'Arco tea a lot now. If I cheat on my diet, if I have, like, my son brought home this sweet potato pie when he went to Tennessee a couple of weeks ago. The friends he joined with, they all joined, had an Airbnb. They all brought food. He brought home a sweet potato pie. I tasted that sweet potato pie, and it was, oh my goodness, it just melted in my mouth. It was a homemade crust, I think graham cracker crust. It was delicious. And I think that pie went fast, but I had at least 3 pieces while it was here, because it was a whole pie when he brought it. It was so good. And I said, I can't let this sweetness stay here. So Pois d'Arco tea is like coffee to me. It tastes like coffee. It's very strong. It's from the bark of a tree. And I made a strong cup of Pois d'Arco after that piece of pie, drank it, woke up the next morning, no joint aches. And usually what happens with me, if I eat any sugar, I'll eventually have joint aches somewhere place. That sugar would just, and I believe it's because of the candida. And I digress a little bit, but I want you to understand the sweetness about the pancreas. When Louise Hay is talking about this represents the sweetness of life, we tend to look at external things to satisfy our sweet taste for life, things in life, right? That sweet potato pie was just delicious. It was gone too quick. But we can bring love into our experience by using Pois d'Arco tea, vitamin C, using natural supplements to offset what we grabbed for sweetness out here, and then bringing our body back into balance. Because if you keep drinking the sweetness of high fructose syrup, the sweet potato pie, the donuts, the cakes, this season right now is like all about sweetness, cookies everywhere, candy everywhere. Balance it out. It's all about balance. Balance it out with Pois d'Arco tea, PAU. I'll put that in the comments for balance. Don't just mindlessly eat all the cookies and cakes and think your body is going to be okay. No, it's not. Unless you have a really strong constitution and a strong immune system. And I'm writing in here, use Pois d'Arco tea for balance this season. And it will help. What does Pois d'Arco do? Pois d'Arco is an antifungal and immune system builder. And what happens when you eat too much sugar, you get candida. That's what I had a problem with, candida, for many years. I was laying in bed. I couldn't even get out of bed. I had so much candida in me. And I was during my unconscious state of mind period and all that. Now that I'm more conscious, if I eat the sweets, which I try to, they don't even taste good anymore, like that chocolate cake. It was a waste of time. I balance it with Pois d'Arco, and then the next morning, intermittent fasting, let that stuff get through, let it get through and come out the other end, okay? So before we go, that's about the sweetness, keeping in mind whatever disease that you're dealing with, balance it with herbs and behavior, discipline, intermittent fasting, to allow the stuff, the food, the chemicals that you're putting in your mouth to get through the system without being congested with more food, and the body is overwhelmed and your microbiome is confused and all that. So before we go, I just want to play a little bit about the pancreas. So you keep in mind this sacred gland that is having struggles with a lot of people are struggling with the pancreas. That's what this message is about. Why is pancreatic cancer not going down like some of the other cancers. Well, here is a little bit about acute pancreatitis. What's going on with acute pancreatitis? Why are so many people struggling with this? And what can you do about it?
Acute pancreatitis. Acute pancreatitis is the sudden inflammation of the pancreas. It can be very painful and usually means a stay in the hospital. About 5% of cases are life-threatening, usually when other organs are involved. The pancreas is a digestive system organ that has two important functions. It produces enzymes to break down food in the digestive tract, as well as hormones that regulate blood sugar. In acute pancreatitis, the enzymes used to break down food become activated before they leave the pancreas. These enzymes are so powerful that they start to attack and digest the pancreatic tissue. This process is called autodigestion. The most common causes of acute pancreatitis are heavy alcohol use and gallstones. Other less common causes include abdominal trauma, medications, infections, tumors, and genetic or anatomical variants. High triglycerides or high levels of calcium in the blood are also linked to acute pancreatitis. In some rare cases, the cause is never discovered. Attacks of acute pancreatitis are usually sudden and characterized by intense pain in the center of the upper abdomen, between the belly button and the chest. The pain radiates to the back. Sometimes the pain can be on the left or right side, or even lower down in the belly. Most people also have nausea and vomiting, and in some cases, fever.
Okay, I'm going to pause there because we've got a caller in my Blog Talk Radio studio, and I want to just summarize that for you. Two key words that were spoken there: enzymes and hormones. Enzymes are in live food like grapefruit, bananas, nuts, seeds. Anytime you're eating raw food, you're going to get plenty of enzymes. Papaya seeds are those black seeds in the papaya, nothing but enzyme activity. So if you want to prevent the pancreatic disease and pancreatitis, eat more foods that are raw and have enzymes in them, like papaya and raw fruit, vegetables, and all that. Eat less processed food, as we usually say, and your pancreas can work better than putting all that cake and ice cream and all the dead food, chips and all that. Pancreas is going to get overwhelmed with all that processed food. The other one is hormones, she mentioned. That gland, the pancreas gland, works with hormones. What are hormones? They're messengers. If you are sending love messages to your body and not complaining and not being sad, Louise Hay says this is the affirmation you need for your. I love and approve of myself, and I alone create sweetness and joy in my life. I alone create sweetness and joy. Not that cake, not those cookies, not the bread that people use bread for sweetness all the time. I alone, which means meditation, means going outside with nature, means having beautiful, healthy conversations with your friends and family. Those are just a few of the ways to prevent this cancer that seems to not be going away, is just making the decision to love yourself more in every way and not use outside external things to sweeten your life, even though your emotions, and I'm so alone, I'm so sad. Let's just work on bringing sweetness in your life with meditation, with music. That's my favorite way to bring sweetness in. So let me go to the phones before we go and talk to, let's hear from, I want to hear from Mama AZ. Your mic is open. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Can you hear me, Dr. V?
Yes, speak up, my dear, speak up.
Dr. V, I swear, as my husband would say, Auntie God, I just love you. Auntie God, I just love you, Dr. V. you tripped me out. You Reverend Allen. For those who do not know who Reverend Allen is, Reverend A.A. Allen of Miracle Valley. Dr. V, today is an 8. And what your subject today is like straight out of a freaking dream. I mean, I'm really coming out of the closet now. And I'm not talking about being gay, family, but if I was, it's my goddamn business.
Okay.
All right? I am talking about not being afraid to channel, to be a hollow reed, to be a vessel. When those dear ones, those ancestors communicate from the other side, for some reason, I'm getting stronger and I'm picking it up. And you have Dr. V, you have confirmed in a big way some things that we need to talk about. Because today, did you say it was an 8?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. 12/6/2024.
Oh, okay. Right. Reverend Allen commutes, channels through the numbers 6 and 8. And I've been doing this since 2006, and it's getting stronger. And we need to do a show, hopefully Saturday, about all of this, because family, if you are Sagittarian, you really must pay attention, because this month of Sagittarius is really strong. The intuition for Sagittarians, if you pay attention, is really on point. And the last thing that I want to say, I got stuck on stupid, and I ate ice cream every day, and I got, the UTI that I've never had since I was 22, and it nearly drove me freaking crazy. So sugar, stay off of sugar if you can, because it's not good. But thank us, Dr. V. I love us. I swear to God, I love you, Dr. V.
Thank you.
You're on point.
I so appreciate, Mama AZ, I appreciate you being so transparent and honest about your choices in life, because that's okay. You know, I'm learning not to beat myself up because I ate that sweet potato pie. Oh, it was so good. But I'm also thankful that I've been given consciousness about bringing balance after that behavior. Okay. Like you, if you have eaten butter pecan pie, you need to know you're creating a lot of candida, which creates the UTI and can create all kind of pain and all that. So what do? Your solution is to go to things like, I highly recommend Pancreatic tea, because not only is it antifungal, but it's anti-cancer. Why? Because it keeps the bacteria, certain bacteria like candida will be reduced with Pancreatic, versus not drinking it and you putting in all that sugar that feeds candida. So you see what's happening in your body with the UTI. Your bladder had too much bacteria in it, so that it manifested pain and imbalance and urinary tract infection. Infection is all an infection is you got too much of one bacteria manifesting versus another, like acidophilus in yogurt, that would bring balance to your body. Okay. So thank you for being so transparent and sharing that, because we're all, especially right now, we're going to all be tempted with the cakes and cookies and pies and all other things that go with this crazy holiday season. But balance it out with Pancreatic, and then intermittent fasting. Give your body a break from all the sugar and all the ice cream and all that. Okay, so don't beat yourself up, because we're all human here. But use consciousness, wisdom to bring back balance with intermittent fasting and things like lots of vitamin C. I hope you've been taking a lot of vitamin C, because that also counteracts the UTI.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And Dr. P, one other thing, that Pancreatic tea, my mother told me about that in 1979.
Really?
And I've been rolling. Yes. Shoot, my mother has cirrhosis of the liver, and her last months on the planet, she went ballistic with herbs and those kinds of things and education. And Mama taught me a lot. And that's what I want to talk to you about for the show.
Okay.
Peace.
Okay.
Yeah, that Pancreatic tea ain't no joke.
All right. I'm telling you, I've used it for so long now, on and off, on and off. And then I couldn't find it for a while. I'm like, oh, what do I do? So I had to really be disciplined. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. I hope all of you are blessed by that testimony and that transparency, because don't beat yourself. It doesn't help to beat yourself up again, because then you're going to create more energy and emotions at a low frequency that are going to interfere with your healing and your recovery from your sweets eating. Okay, so we will be back on maybe tomorrow. We'll see if we can put a show together tomorrow. But if not, I will see you on Sunday night, and come back tomorrow for the Female Solution at noon tomorrow. We'll be back. So everyone, please get out in the sun today. Sun is so important. If you have it, I know up north you're probably not getting a lot of sun, but a lot of snow, but that's okay too. Enjoy the snow. Just enjoy whatever you're doing. Bring in the sweetness by enjoying your life around you and enjoying healthy relationships. That's what the key is to preventing pancreatic cancer or any other cancer. And watch the movie if you can. The documentary, The Cure is an inside job. It's going to bring a lot of knowledge you may not have right now, if you can afford it. Otherwise, we'll see you here Sunday night and Friday mornings for more information. So let's say goodbye to our global.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, zhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiyabonga. Senegal, jaref. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
And thank you all for joining me on YouTube. Please remember to like and share, subscribe. We're going to be putting up more content because of Blog Talk's leaving, and I will be sharing on Rumble as well. 2025 is going to be a really busy year for me. I've got a new book I'm republishing, and I'm so excited about the new cover. And so get ready, because there's new things coming. And we want you to be ready. So don't forget, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And we always say namaste, sadnam, and shalom to my yogi families, and aloha to all my family and friends in Hawaii. Lahaina, Maui is in recovery. Send prayers. They're still recovering after that horrible fire, but they got this. The people will win. The people will win. We're just going to believe that. Even no matter what happens, we're going to win, because consciousness is rising. So rise. Shine your light and be the best you can be these days. Don't hold back. So many people need our help with the light of consciousness. We'll see you tomorrow and Sunday night. Shalom.